Hello everyone, myself Nitesh Madhukar, and today's tutorial I am going to discuss about protocol and their types. So let's start the video. And in today's tutorial we are going to know about how internet works, what are the advantages and disadvantages of internet, certain rules and regulation that is known as protocol, what are the different types of protocol like TCP IP, HTTP, NNTP, FTP and NN and SMTP. So first of all we have to know about the internet. Student, while using the mobile phone, laptop and accessing the internet, some ideas definitely comes, some question definitely comes in your mind that how internet works and what are the steps regarding the working of internet. We are knowing that at a time when we are going to retrieve any of the information, easily we can able to find out with our fingertips any of the information. Easily we can able to send any of the messages to our friends or relatives. Easily we can able to browse any of the information. Easily we can able to search any of the tutorial or videos by using the internet. But you have to know that how internet are working. What are the steps to internet, to working of internet. So regarding that I am available here, and you have to know each and every step that how internets are working and what are the patterns when how we are able to retrieve any of the information. As we know that in today's world everyone is accessing the internet, easily they can able to find out any of the information that is also useful for retrieving the information. And we also have to know that what types of work we can able to do by the help of internet. Overall we have to know that without internet life is too much boring, because not only in the purpose of entertainment, also for the purpose of education and for business or for the marketing, everywhere internet are being used. So it is a great idea to know about how internet works in our fingerprint, how we can able to access any of the information. As I told you that in internet we can able to access any of the information, we can able to browse any of the information, we can retrieve any of the information, we can upload or download any of the information, and those information are in the form of file, document or messages. So at that time one computer are behave as a source computer and another computer are behave as a destination computer. So from the source computer are going to send any of the file or information or data to the destination computer. Any of the file, any of the computer are going to send any information in the form of file or document. So all those file and document are being converted into the small packet. Suppose that a large number of packets are there, directly it can't be sent to the destination. From the source station, if the system, if the information are being sent, so at that time source computer are responsible to convert. So at the source computer, the message or the file or document to be sent to the another computer is firstly divided into very small parts, that is called packet. A big informations are there which are being converted into the small packet, and each packets are containing only 1500 characters. If more than that it will be there, it will be reformed another packet, and all those packets are given a serial number, that is packet number 1, 2, 3 and like that. After that all those packets are being sent by the help of protocol to the destination computer, and destination computer receives all those packets in random manner, like packet number 5, packet number 4, packet number 3, 2, 1. There is a chance that any of the packet are being lost or garbage or destroyed. So in that time we receive all those messages in a broken format. So that is not the complete communication. After that the destination computer, it will demand again all those files, and until and unless it will not being sent from the source computer, communication are not being done. So after receiving all those packets successfully, the destination computer will reassemble all those packets, and after that it will contain as the earlier form, original message, as it was original file or document, and after that communication are being done. So this working of internet are being followed for the purpose of any of the information which we are transferring, which we are uploading, which we are downloading. For everywhere these steps are being followed. So hope you understood how internet is working. What are the usage of internet? As I told you that computer and the institutions use the internet in many ways. Which are the multinational companies or any of the for personal use? There are everyone uses the internet. But some of the professional formats of usage of internets are there, like information retrieval. Particular person can easily able to retrieve any of the information which he or she want to find in internet. If any of the information which is belongs to, easily they can able to find out all those information. If someone needs to find any of the people, easily they can able to find out the people. Internet are also being used for the purpose of communication. Easily we can able to communicate. Suppose that we are sitting over here and I want to talk with the person who are sitting in America or a different part of the world. So easily we can able to communicate without any problem, without any cost, and without wasting our time. We can able to share any of the information. So that is another usage of internet. Carrying out business online. Right now we know that the world is facing a lot of problem regarding COVID-19. So everyone are being connected to the internet and they're sharing their information either in the form of e-content, either in the form of e-business, either in the form of e-banking. So all those information are being dependent by the help of internet. Without internet, that is not possible. Entertainment. Yes, that is, we all know that we are playing PUBG type of game. We are doing some different kind of listening music, watching videos. So this is the part of entertainment. But student, that is another part, that is called education. That is in the last, but that should be in the first of education. Education is one of the most usage of internet for every student, because whatever we are not able to get information, easily we can able to retrieve all those information by using the internet. Downloading software. Easily we can able to download any of the software which are related for our concern. There are number of software available on the internet. As per the need, we can able to download all those software. And there are for the researcher who can able to research any of the information. Easily they can able to research information by using the internet. So these are the different usage of internet. Now, advantages of internet. Greater access of information reduces research time. So person who want to research any of the information, so he or she don't have to go at the very beginning. Whatever information are being researched and stored in a web server, we can able to learn something from there, and from there we can able to save our time. We can able to access all those information which reduces the research time. There are number of useful communication links. By the help of that, we can easily able to communicate with the concerned people, with the related person. Suppose that you are being a student, you want to get any of the information or any of the information which you are having the problem, you can able to search on the internet and able to get updated regarding that. So that is also known as useful communication link. Global reach enables one to connect to anyone on the internet. When our devices are connected to the internet, we are connected globally. Means from the world, anyone can able to access me, as well as also I can also able to access anyone who are connected to the internet. Easy communication with other people. By the help of internet, we can easily able to connect with others. Publishing document on the internet saves paper. Right now, as I told you that as you are watching this video, in that time we saving our pen paper work. But student, being a student, you have to do the writing practice. That's why you have to complete your notes. But publishing document on the internet, it saves the paper. Like I'm telling you about this topic. While you have getting the report card of your result, in that time getting the, suppose that 2000 students report school will have to publish. In that time, regarding the publishing of all those results, if they will give the report as in the form of e-paper, so it reduces the cost of paper, as well as we can able to save the paper. So that is the publishing document on the internet saves paper. A valuable resource for companies to advertise and conduct business. Easily, companies or multinational companies can able to give any of the sort of advertisement by using the internet. They can able to publish any of the small kind of images or videos for the purpose of advertisement. So these are the basic advantages of the internet. This is one of the topic disadvantages of internet, which is very useful for my all students, because nowadays students people don't have to addicted with the internet, because if we are having the advantages, at the other hand different types of disadvantages are also there, and those disadvantages are depending upon us. If we are using properly, there will be no any kind of disadvantages, but some of the things which we are going to avoid, and as a result we will have to face different kinds of problems. The first disadvantage of internet is cyber fraud may take place involving credit or debit card information. While we have to purchase any of the first disadvantage is cyber fraud may take place involving credit or debit card number and details. At that time when someone are going to access our credit and debit card information, in that time some problem will occur, because we don't want to share those information. But how they can able to get the information? Suppose that I have done any of the e-shopping by Flipkart or Amazon. After that, what I have given the information? I have given the information of our credit card, debit card number, net banking access, all those things we have saved on our web browser. And the notorious people or undesirable people are sitting over there, which are known as hacker or cracker. They can easily able to access our information, so that a result cyber fraud may take place, and might be you will have to be a victim of this cyber fraud. Second disadvantage is unsuitable and undesirable material available that sometimes are used by notorious people such as terrorists. Some of the material which are not usable for us, and these all material are available on the internet and which are not being accessed by you people. So that is the another disadvantages of internet. So while using the internet, students are being advised to take care of at a time when you are going to access the internet, take the permission of your parent, as well as under the observation of the parent you do any of the part of work which are related to the internet. Disadvantage: computer viruses get downloaded and spread across the machine connected to the network and have detrimental effect. At a time, number of people are sitting over there who are ready to make different kinds of viruses, and while accessing the internet, viruses are being attached in our file and folder, and it will come to the computer, as well as it will spread to the entire network. So after that, as a result, our computer will not work smoothly and we will face different types of problems. The fourth point is messages sent across the internet can be easily intercepted and are open to abuse by others. While we are sending any of the information, some hackers and crackers can easily able to get the information, and that is open for all of them. Too much time spent on the internet could result in lack of face-to-face interaction with others and loss of social skill. While we are addicted to use the internet every time you are talking with WhatsApp and Facebook with your friend, so a kind of lack of face-to-face interaction will be generated, and as a result loss of social skill will be generated for us. So for that, we don't have to use too much internet. So these are the basic disadvantages of internet. Hope guys, disadvantages of the internet, and in the future reference, take care of yourself while using the internet. Okay, the topic is protocol. A protocol is a formal set of rules and regulations that allow how computer exchange information over a network. In computer or in our daily life, when we are going to access any of the information, if I am going to talking with you, you are understanding, as because I am speaking in the same language which you are understanding. So at the time when computer are going to exchange any of the information over a network, that should be some certain rules and regulation are there which both the source computer and destination computer will have to follow. At a time when exchanging on any of the information over the network, both sender and receiver will have to follow the same set of rules and regulation. Everything which we are sending or receiving over the network, over the internet, are being followed by protocol. So that is very important, because without the protocol we cannot able to exchange any of the information. So protocol is what? A formal set of rules and regulation that allow how computer is going to exchange the information over the network. So this is one of the most important part of networking. Different types of network protocols are there, that is called TCP/IP, HTTP, NNTP, POP, etc. So here, by the help of this image, I am going to tell you some fact about the protocol. Here you can see one girl is there and one boy is there. A girl is sending the message hi, responding hi, because both are using the same protocol. Got the time and replying is to. The same type of protocol are being used from the sender to the receiver. TCP connection requested of link, TCP connection is going to be replied. After that, communication are being done by the help of this protocol, and all those protocols are being responsible for sending and receiving the information. So let's know about one by one all those protocols. TCP/IP is one of the most important protocol, because without the TCP and IP we cannot able to communicate. We cannot able to work on the internet without the TCP and IP. This is one of the most important protocol which are used for the accessing of internet. As TCP stands for Transmission Control Protocol and IP stands for Internet Protocol. This is one of the standard protocol for transmitting data over network. TCP is responsible for dividing the message or file into small packets at the sender's end and assemble packet to form original message at the receiver's end. Student, if you have remember, in the case of working of internet, I told you that from the source station the information or the messages are being converted into the small packets. Now the time is there that which protocol is used as a for the converting, for the dividing any of the packet into the small packet. So TCP is responsible for dividing the message or file into the small packets. And from which end? From the sender end. And again, the work of TCP is also there when all those packets are being received by the receiver and original message are being assembled by the help of TCP. So TCP is responsible for dividing the packets as well as assembling the packet at the receiver. Now IP addresses. IP stands for Internet Protocol. IP addresses of source and destination on each packet and manages the routing of packets so that each packet reaches the right destination. Whatever information we are going to send from the source station to the destination station, all those information are being sent properly, being sent at the correct position. So for that, IP is responsible. At a time when we are going to send or receive any of the information, the internet connection must be there, because without internet we cannot able to communicate. So at a time when we are going to send any of the information, we are going to send any of the file or document, TCP and IP plays a vital role, because without this we cannot able to communicate over the internet. The second one is there. This is called SMTP. SMTP stands for Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. It handles transfer of email messages between the sender and the receiver. Student, you might be sent any of the mail to your friend. In that time, if you are thinking that directly I have sent any of the mail and directly it is going to received by your friend, that is wrong. There is a process how we are going to send any of the mail and how it reaches to the proper destination. So for that purpose, when a sender sends an email, SMTP takes it to the sender's mail server and then transfer it to the receiver's mail server. Now I am going to explain properly that how SMTP works. Suppose that one sender is there sitting over here, sent any of the mail. This is the mail. This is the mail he sent. So first of all, this mail which we have sent, it will be received by this server. This is the server of Gmail, and Gmail server will receive and it will be sent to the internet. And after that, internet is going to be checked for which server this mail is there. Suppose that this is the Gmail server, and which I have sent to the Yahoo mail. So it will being sent to the Yahoo, and after that Yahoo mail server, after the POP or instant messaging access protocol or POP post office protocol are being sent to the particular receiver. So in between that, internet plays a vital role. Both the sender mails as server as well as receiver mail server plays a vital role while receiving or sending any of the mail. The next protocol is HTTP. As we know that HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, are responsible for transferring and displaying web pages. By the help of this protocol only, we can able to transfer any of the information as well as we can able to display our web pages. When we are retrieving any of the information, by the help of this protocol only, we can able to receive any of the display as a in a web page. The HTTP generally works in combination of World Wide Web. The HTTP is responsible for accessing hypertext document on World Wide Web. Whatever information are stored in web server, all those information are being accessed by this hypertext transfer protocol, because this is the protocol which are responsible for transferring and displaying any of the web page. So just because of HTTP, we can able to see whatever content we are retrieving, whatever content we are browsing, whatever content we are going to check. So all those information we are able to see by using this HTTP. The first part of URL denotes HTTP://. This is the example, and I have given one of the link, that is http://www, that is worldwideweb.w3schools.com. This is one of the site. Here, by the help of the image, you have to understand this is one of the client. Who are the client? Suppose that I am going to access the information, I am the client. So I am going to request any of the information to the server. Server is what? Where information are being stored. So when client are going to hit to the server as for the requesting of getting any of the information, server is giving the response and client is able to display. Client are able to see any of the information in the form of text, images or videos. So this is the working pattern of HTTP. Now FTP, as FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, used for transferring file and folder between the computer on the internet. While we are going to download or upload any of the file to the internet, FTP is responsible to download or upload the file from the computer to the server or from the server to the computer. By using the FTP, we can also update. What update we can do? Either we can delete, rename, move or copy files at a server. Suppose that we have to download any of the file. After downloading the file, we can delete, we can rename, we can move or copy. And also we can able to download the file after renaming this. So however, we can easily access publicly available files which are available publicly. If any of the information or any of the file are private information are there, that we cannot able to touch, but any of the information which are publicly available, that we can able to do by the help of FTP. This is the another protocol that is called Network News Transfer Protocol. This NNTP server is a computer that collects a copy of news messages from the news group and allow user to read these messages. Part of work of NNTP is to collect all those information and stored in this server. All those information are sent to this NNTP server. All those information after collecting, it is going to be stored in the NNTP server. NNTP server sends all those information to the internet, and by the help of that it will go to the server host who want to host the server, who want to host the information. So all those hosts are ready to store all those information, and after that when user want to or client want to get information, easily they can able to retrieve the information by using this NNTP. So first of all, the NNTP server is a computer that collects a copy of news messages from the news group and allow the user to read these messages. Here you can also able to send the message, you can also able to send the message to the same group. Like we are using in WhatsApp group, we are going to retrieve any of the information, at the same time we are allowed to send any of the message. So that is the example of NNTP. Guys, you hope you understood about this type of protocol, working of internet. This is very important for class 8 as well as class 10th standard. So if you are having any doubt, you can ask your query, and if you have understood, please like the video and share the video for more update. Thank you.